host, attorney Terry Austin, and my friend Mark Eiglarsh is with us. Mark, good to see you, my friend. All right. So, Mark, let me start with you. Let me start with you on this, Mark. Do you think Peterson has a real shot at a new trial?
No. Next question. It's that simple, Dan. The bar is just way too high. The appellate court can find that there was some prejudice, there was some error, but it wouldn't have made a difference in the outcome. The appellate courts are just rarely in the business of reversing murder convictions. And so I think that he's not going anywhere.
And I think that, Terry, if the judge was going to overturn the guilt phase verdict, why not do it at the same time as the decision about the death penalty?
Right. Well, the judge said that they wanted more information to have a hearing to hear about whether or not there is enough to have a new trial. And, you know, the issue is whether or not there was prejudicial misconduct. The fact that this juror number 7 withheld information about the restraining order and withheld information to the, attorneys who were questioning her. Well, she says it wasn't. She says she didn't withhold it. She says she just didn't realize that she had to disclose it because she was asked a very specific question, which she says she misunderstood. The defense is saying she was trying to get on the jury, et cetera. I have to tell you, it is amazing to me, Mark, how passionate the supporters of Scott Peterson remain, meaning he's got a really smart relative named Janie Peterson, who has been one of his leading advocates, who challenges every piece of evidence in the case to continually claim Scott Peterson is innocent, he got a raw deal. Now there are all these younger people who didn't cover the trial, who are listening to podcasts and watching shows and saying, oh, well, maybe Scott Peterson really didn't do it. I have to tell you, from having covered the trial inside the courtroom, this wasn't a close case at the time. I mean, it's not like we were all biting our nails waiting to find out what the verdict was going to be. It was only a question of, is he going to be guilty, or is it possible, could they have a juror or two who hang the jury? I am struck by how passionate those people remain.
I am not, because ignorance is what fuels so many people's misguided thoughts these days. It's so easy to feel a certain way when you really don't know what the evidence is. And that's why I applauded you, at least here in my kitchen, for saying to people, follow the Potter trial and watch her testimony. Don't just have opinions based upon what the media is going to tell you the testimony was. Watch it for yourself. Most people don't do it. They take shortcuts, and then they get some bastardized view of what occurred and then come up with just these erroneous opinions.
And Terry, I wasn't surprised that the Rocha family decided they didn't want to have a new trial. Think about the idea of having a new trial just on the penalty phase, right? The idea of having to go through everything and all the evidence again just to decide, does he get death or life in prison without parole?
Not worth it. Definitely not worth it. And we know even if he didn't get the death penalty, he would still be in jail for the rest of his life. Right. So it doesn't make any difference to them. And if he got the death penalty, they would be appealing it forever. So I think they realized they did not want to go through that exercise again. It's got to be extremely stressful.
Yeah, look, I agree with Mark. I think Scott Peterson has almost no shot of a new trial here. This case is done. It has been litigated again and again. And the facts, I don't have time to go through all the facts in this case. It's not a single fact. It's not one thing. It's look at the totality, and it can't be anywhere else but Scott Peterson, in my view. All right, Terry and Mark, stick around. Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.